Well, it's Wednesday, March 12th at Daytona Bike Week. Today was an interesting day. There was a men's breakfast this morning at First Baptist Church in Daytona Beach, and Wild Bill for America invited me to come, and Ron and Larry as well, and thought, we might be able to open some doors for us to get a training down here. So it was really early breakfast. It started at 6:30, so we got up very early, went to the breakfast, talked to a number of deacons, and I think we have an appointment tomorrow morning with senior pastor for breakfast. So hopefully that'll open some doors for us to come down and do another training. And then we headed back to Gators where we spent the night. And I heard a squeaking sound coming from the rear end of my bike. And so Pastor Ron got down and first he took it around the block to see if he could hear it, and it wasn't making the noise at that point. And then he got down on the ground and was checking the bearings and said, they don't feel hot. And he goes, "Oh, you have a nail in your rear tire." I'm like, "What?" And Gator said, "I can't believe that with that little narrow strip of tire that you found a nail on the road and got it in your tire." So he said, "Do you have a plug kit?" I said, "Yeah, I have one. I've never used it," but I said, "We'll pull it out." So Ron actually did all the work. He's good at this stuff, good with tires. And he pulled the nail out and tried to plug it. And for some reason, the nail was very narrow, and the plug kit I had, he couldn't get the plug to go into the tire. And so Gator had a number of plug kits, plugs and awls and things to remount the hole, and he went and got those. And we were struggling to move the bike, and Gator's wife Kathy said, "Why don't you use one of the jacks that you got in the garage?" So Gator rolled out a jack, and we jacked up the car. No, I jacked up the motorcycle. I'm tired. I'm sorry. And we were able to plug that. Then we went up to Ross Meyer's destination, Daytona, and it was dead. I mean, it was like nobody there, and that never happens. And we wandered through the vendor area, got to share with a sheriff's deputy and some odds and end people here and there. And then we ended up having to do a bunch of errands. I had to go to Office Depot, and I had to have them print up some stuff because last weekend I brought a lot of literature with me, and I've never used this much literature in a weekend, but most of it was all gone. And so Kathy, my wife Kathy, had to send me a package that's going to arrive probably the day after tomorrow with all the materials I'm going to need for this coming weekend. And I needed to print some of the things up myself, so I took it to Office Depot. We got that done. Then we came back, and I had to get some clothing taken to the cleaner so that would get washed and pressed for this coming weekend. And I was just whipped from getting up early this morning. So I ended up taking a power nap, and then they woke me up when it was time for dinner. We went out to a Chinese restaurant, shared the gospel with the waitress in the restaurant with a bridge tract. And so it was a pretty uneventful day. We're looking forward to tomorrow, and not sure where we're going to go or what we're going to do, but we're trusting that the Lord will connect us with people. We'll have an opportunity to share the gospel and maybe even lead someone to Christ. So that was our experiences for today.